Hi everyone, Lisa Ruggeri here. Guess what? I am not perfect. I know. If you know me, that's a hard pill to swallow because all my life I have strived to be perfect in absolutely everything I've done in my life, whether it's career or personal, as a wife, mother, whatever. I strive for that perfection. We've all done this at one point or time in our lives. That drive to be perfect. That's where we push ourselves to get through obstacles, to become successful. We want that, and we strive for that. So it doesn't matter where in our lives we're driving for that perfection. The process is the same. But there's a fine line between this drive being healthy and being unhealthy. And that's what I want to talk about. I had a realization last night, and it blew my mind. I've always striven to be perfect. I just retired from a successful 20-year law enforcement career. I wanted to be the best, and I was pretty darn close. And then I get out on my own and start my own business, and I wondered why I kept hitting my head on the brick wall time and time again. One, the biggest reason is because I'm being too hard on myself. I am the hardest critic and the hardest ever on myself than anybody else. Everybody in my life says, you can do it, you can do it. But because I'm such a perfectionist and I strive to be perfect, sometimes I get frustrated. And that's where the breakdown and that fine line begins. So if you see you're getting frustrated in areas, maybe you're being too or trying to be too perfect at it in that area. So when's a good time to be perfect? In whatever we're striving for. Our professional athletes do it. The top people in our business industry, they do it. It's okay to try and strive to be perfect and get what you want and accomplish your goals and your dreams. It's okay. But then where it becomes unhealthy is when we face obstacles. And that fine line there is where we need to define, and that's where frustration shows up. So if you have areas of your life where you're frustrated or those around you are frustrated, maybe you are striving too hard to be perfect. One of my best examples is in a marriage. Marriage, we all want the perfect life, the perfect career, the perfect marriage, the perfect kids, the perfect house. But when you're in a relationship with a marriage, you're only half of that partnership. So maybe because we're striving for perfection, we are putting unexpected or unrealistic expectations on ourselves, our partner, and the marriage. And then frustration sits in. Another example is our kids. We all have had this, the 2-year-old that doesn't behave. And the harder we push for that behavior and we set those boundaries so tight, they resist so much. So the more we set the boundaries, the more we resist because we want the perfect kid, the perfect life, the perfect toddler, the not messy 2-year-old without digging in the dirt and eating sand, and that's not going to happen. So when we put our unrealistic expectations on others, we get frustrated, and then that compromises the relationship. So it's okay not to be perfect. I had to learn this the hard way. I had to have a perfectly clean house until the kids came along. There was one point my husband and I had 4 boys and 3 dogs. My house was not clean 100% of the time. I had to be okay with that because I needed my kids to know it was okay for them to live a full life as they were growing up. I didn't want to put my expectations on them, and then it hinders our relationship. So we can have many great life successes. We can have success stories. We can have great careers, great families, great everything in our life. We just have to make sure that we're flexible to change and we don't be so hard on ourselves to where we shut down and that frustration kicks in. And then we have to watch the unrealistic expectations for those around us, because we do want them to have a great life if they want us to be in it. So laugh more, laugh at yourself, love more, love those around you, love unconditional, be forgiving, keep realistic views, and let your 2-year-old run around in their diaper if they don't want to get dressed. Sometimes it's better to give in than to fight it. Have a great life and live your life to the fullest, and join me in not being perfect all of the time. Thank you.